Banis.
And one company alone, the Three Gorges, have come here already.
Of Chongqing.
And they have said they will invest $10 billion in energy sector through hydroelectric energy for Pakistan. And there are many.
मेरे दिन का आगाज मुझे दे हर सुबह खबर के अंदर छुपी असल खबर।
इसीलिए 2-4 नहीं, सिर्फ एक अखबार खबरें।
रोजनामा खबरें के बिजनेस पेज की मालूमात से मेरा बिजनेस बढ़ता है।
और दुनिया भर की तिजारत पर मेरी नजर रहती है।
खबरें मेरी जुबान होता है।
दुनिया भर की खबरें किसी एक अखबार में हो तो वो सिर्फ खबरें होगा।
खबर तो सिर्फ खबरें में होती है, इसीलिए तो हर तीसरा पाकिस्तानी खबरें पढ़ता है। रोजनामा खबरें, अवाम का एतबार, अवाम का अखबार।
China, and in the last 2 years they have identified 36 main projects on which the Chinese are going to join in and invest in Pakistan. So they have a very firm commitment to the stability and progress of Pakistan.
So no
during the floods of last year, when our northern areas were cut off and we couldn't give any relief to the people of northern areas, Chinese were very generous and they provided all the necessities of the northern areas.
From their side of the border, from Punjab.
So this Punjab link is, you talked of energy corridor and trade corridor. Once we succeed in building the railway line for which the feasibility has already been prepared, then Karakoram and Gwadar become the shortest route of flow of energy from Middle East to China, and they don't have to go through the Indian Ocean, which is dominated by forces which are not very friendly.
Right. Thank you so much. That's a great summation of what. Would you like to add something to this before I ask you about the Central Asian states?
You know, if you talk about China and Pakistan cooperation, you name a sector and China is there with you. Name any sector, be it defense, be it engineering, be it nuclear, be it textile.
Even agriculture.
Even agriculture, you know. They are there with everywhere. You telecommunication, you name a sector, you'll find China standing with you.
And now they have a cultural center here.
Okay. And China is your all-time, all-weather friend. They are not here to just for a purpose and then get away from. They will support you every time. And talking about the future developments, I think they are also under consideration developing a rail link from China to Pakistan, which will link Gwadar, you know. And likewise, if you can have extend the rail links towards Central Asia from Gwadar and pipelines coming down, Gwadar can become the major hub of the energy sector.
So could you, at this stage now, highlight what is the extent of the relationship with our Central Asian states and what more needs to be done?
Central Asian states, as they were expected when they got their independence, in the beginning it took a jump start, but then slowly it pulled back for certain reasons. I don't know why, but maybe some slackness on our part. But nevertheless,
mainly the Afghan situation.
Afghan situation is one major hurdle in between. Of course, there is no.
The war in terror is driving back most of these things.
But now we have got to circumvent, go around that Afghan situation, because American, although they say they are going to pull out, but I'm not sure when they are going to pull out, if they are going to pull out at all or not, you know.
They are not going to pull out.
Okay. So we have got to develop certain other means that we can bypass this sort of a thing and link up with Central Asia. If we can link up with Central Asia and bring down their oil pipelines to Arabian Sea and have the gas stored there, oil stored there, and this will become the biggest oil trading center in the world. This has that sort of potential. And if we can, we only have to organize it and plan it. Investment will be coming from other sources, and you just make it as a managers of this resource. You can write off all your debts that you have. You can build the future for your generations to come in a much stronger economic footing, you know.
Can we touch upon Russia, sir?
I think when the Soviet Union was about to break up, and I happened to be in the Foreign Office that time, we took initiative to start a new line with the Russian Federation. We told them that we had good relations with the USSR. Our difficulties arose because of their intervention in Afghanistan. Since the Russian Federation has opposed the Soviet policy of intervention in Afghanistan, so with you we can have a new relationship. And the certain principles was drafted, and we agreed to have a cooperative relationship. But then American factor and Indian factor have counter pressures on us and on Russia, and change of government, the things did not materialize. But recently the Russian Federation has again shown interest, and President Zardari visited Russia. This was a successful visit. So they are coming in, and I think they are playing a constructive role and ready to. They have even indicated if Pakistan goes into the development of gas pipeline, the Russians are willing to invest into it. The steel mill, of course, was the old contribution, which we made a mess of.
But they are willing to have this facility enhanced also.
They are ready to do this, and they are ready to invest in other projects also.
And also, you talked about
but
gas.
There is another thing we have to focus, when Central Asia is concerned, on Shanghai Cooperation Organization. There we have a tremendous advantage. China took the initiative in '96 to settle all their affairs and border disputes with these areas, and then 5 years later Uzbekistan also joined in, and it became Shanghai Cooperation Organization. There the Russians and the Chinese are both present, and all the Central Asian states with which we have relations through the ECO are also present, and we have become observers in this. Chinese have been supporting our full membership, and now Russia is also indicated some willingness. So I think by getting into the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which started as a new security organization, but now it's working on the economic field also, securing, we can gain tremendous advantage. So this is a very important possibility.
Right. So Raja Mujtaba, what should we as a nation be doing to ensure that we make the most of this regional cooperation?
Here I would like to add one thing, Hali, before I dwell on your question now. You see, we only have Afghanistan in between Central Asia and Pakistan. India has two of us then. And they have developed a much stronger relationship there. If they can do it, we can do it better, and we should do it better. That is one thing. Other thing is because we have got to be more imaginative in a practical sort of thinking, you know.
If you permit, sir, I would like to challenge you on India has done better. Yes, India has spent $1.5 billion in the near past.
I'm not talking Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan?
I'm not talking Afghanistan.
You're not? Okay.
I'm talking Central Asia.
Okay.
Okay. Where they have their air base also. Afghanistan.
In Tajikistan.
Yes. And you see, we have to be more imaginative and practically oriented in developing our relationship with Central Asia. I'm talking about ECO now, because ECO is primarily Central Asia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Turkey and Iran. ECO population is 440 million. Land mass equal to that of United States almost, you know. And I see and where Pakistan is the major country with 180 million people, you know, with all the developed infrastructure and things like that. So Pakistan can really play a dominant or a major role in developing the infrastructures in other countries and things like that, and becoming a link between all these countries, you know. And Pakistan has the advantage. If we miss it, then it will be our misfortune and bad luck, and we should not be missing it. And I think with the new strategies coming in, now there is more emphasis should come in Central Asia through ECO framework, you know.
So as your closing comments, what should we be doing to cement this?
I would say that India, what has been said, has some advantage. India developed its link when it was a part of the Soviet Union, and having good relations with the Soviet Union, they establish themselves in the region which is now separate and independent. But I think China has far more influence in this area, and our relations with China is also trying to persuade the Soviet Union, has done to a great, the Russian Federation to a great extent, and even the Russian Federation is willing to bring in Pakistan. I agree, ECO is a great organization if we work on it, and Turkey has taken a new turn to the east, and Turkey is paying special interest in Pakistan also. They want to join hands with Pakistan to resolve the Afghan question.
Right. I need to close the program if you can just wind this up.
So I think our initiative should be closer coordination with Turkey and with Iran, and then we can have great influence in Central Asia also. In the Middle East, I would say one word. I think President Zardari has recently visited both Iran and Saudi Arabia. In the past also we have tried to play a role to bring the two misunderstandings away and better relations. I think he is probably going to play some such role now.
Right. So viewers, we come to the end of this very intense discussion, and some very important points came out, and the crux of it is that Pakistan indeed has to turn its disadvantages to its strength, and that can be done by closer cooperation with our regional friends, our traditional friends, and may there be peace in the region. Thank you very much, Ambassador Akram Zaki. Thank you very much, Raja Mujtaba. And viewers, keep sending us your comments, and we hope you'll watch our next program next week, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.